All right, Emily, thanks. New tonight, after a misunderstanding with police, Huntsville City Councilman Devin Keith gave Way 31 specifics on new policing techniques he is proposing. Keith's smart plan, policing plan rather, includes creating police substations in neighborhood homes. That way officers could immerse themselves in the communities they cover. He also wants to install security cameras in neighborhoods so citizens can become watchdogs for crime in their own backyards.
We'll structurally put together a couple of resolutions preemptively. We'll look at the budget. We'll sit down with Chief McMurray and say what things we can plausibly do, and then we'll talk about a rollout.
Keith also wants the department to offer incentives to bilingual officers as well as those who want to continue their education. Above the law or just hiding behind it? The Way 31 I-Team investigated open record laws in Alabama and found out just how closed our state really is.
The law doesn't stipulate a time limit for agencies to respond to requests, and there's no limit to how much they can charge you. And tonight, the I-Team's Kat Reed shows you how it's affecting taxpayers and destroying transparency in the Tennessee Valley.
Requesting records is a big part of Adam Keller's job.
I wouldn't request it unless it was important information.
But the state's Open Records Act makes it difficult for him to do the work of representing teachers through the Alabama Education Association.
Public officials are not held to any timeline on when they must comply. They have no limit on how much they can charge you.
In one case, a school charged Keller $170 for the 4 hours it took a lawyer to simply pull the documents.
The fact that they can charge you anything they want for material that you as taxpayers have already paid for them to create is like double taxation, I think.
Miranda Spivak is a longtime Washington Post reporter and current visiting professor at DePauw University. Spivak spearheaded a database project called State Secrets, which examined open records laws across the country.
Alabama is one of the most closed. Pretty much on every single question we asked, the answer was, no, we don't do that. No, we could charge you anything we want. No, there's no time limit.
The lack of a deadline for officials to respond leaves requesters waiting with no end in sight.
It was approximately 37 days.
That's how long it took for Huntsville's Mark Benner to receive some of the information he requested from Huntsville City Schools. The emails he asked for weren't turned over at all.
Set your expectation level low that you're going to get anything, and then you'd be very surprised when you go ahead and do get something.
So it was with low expectations, Way 31 submitted this open records request for body camera footage from Councilman Devin Keith's encounter with Huntsville police. It happened right here in his Terry Heights front yard. Keith was mistaken for a robber. The experience led him to host a town hall calling for new policing practices in North Huntsville. At the meeting, he told Way 31 he was okay with the footage from his encounter going public.
I had no problem with releasing the video camera footage for anybody to see.
But the city thought otherwise. After submitting a request for the video and following up every week for a month, the city attorney would not give us the footage. He claims the video is investigative material for police and part of an ongoing criminal matter. We also asked Mayor Tommy Battle about the footage.
You got someone who reported a robbery. And the question marks on the robbery and who actually did the robbery. So I think there's a lot of leeway in that case.
So in Huntsville, as is the case with every city in Alabama, officials are able to justify sealing public records by hiding behind the state's vague Open Records Act.
If they do not have to comply with any timeline, if there's no monetary limits to what they can charge, public officials will use that to their advantage.
Which means we often have no idea what's going on behind closed doors in Alabama. Reporting in Huntsville, Kat Reed, Way 31, Hometown News.
Now, that gives you some glimpse into what we as journalists experience very often in trying to get you information. And our series continues tomorrow night with what can be done to open records in Alabama and the promises your elected officials made to do just that.